thing with borrowing from banks,
yes,
we always say it will crowd out the private sector.
but we've seen a government that doesn't care.
Yeah.
But at this point, would you care? Because you only have 63 million at a particular, and you're waiting for KRA to give you more money. So,
yeah, KRA, you are waiting for KRA to give you more money.
Yes.
Yet the business environment
is not also subdued, isn't it, as
yeah.
you're saying?
So, at this rate, I feel like Kenyans will have to trust the process, because the government is just left with, as we are saying, the banks,
Yes,
and concessional loans, for example, from World Bank and IMF.
and IMF.
So we now put the bond aside, and we are left with only these two cases. Wouldn't Kenyans understand? Which other choice do they have?
Hold on. Now, Stella, the only way that we can understand is this. Number one, we've seen a government now that would then rely on these concessional loans.
Yeah.
Fine. But then look at what World Bank is pushing for. Look at what IMF is pushing for. IMF, by October, we don't know how things are going to look by October, going by these numbers that we're seeing at Treasury then. They want the fuel subsidy cut. They've already cut the power subsidy. That is gone and dusted. Nobody's even talking about it, by the way. I wonder why nobody's talking about it. Because if you're talking about production, you've got to talk about the cost of power in this country. Good. Then, World Bank is also saying, well, you've got to fleece public hiring.
Yeah.
This government that is coming in, do you think that indeed you're telling Kenyans that we're going to manage it, and the only management that we've seen, Stella, is cutting off subsidies? But they have to borrow, don't they?
They do.
Yes.
Well, we have always said as analysts that the fuel subsidy was not sustainable. We still will say the same thing. The government cannot sustain fuel subsidy. As of this morning, there was news that the